Hi Rosy Buds! Today we are talking about cell phone cases and how to customize your own using clear cell phone cases. You can jump on any trend you want this summer, be it mermaid, unicorn, holo, or just keep it plain and simple. Let's make some fun cell phone cases. About you, but I am someone that really likes to change out my cell phone case frequently. It's almost like changing part of my outfit or a purse or something. It really is just fun too because it's like a tiny little piece of art. So I really like these clear cell phone cases that you could pick up anywhere, at a discount store, dollar store even, and you can decorate them so that you can easily change out your cell phone case frequently just by changing out the inside of the case. It's really simple. I did like putting this big jewel on the back or having some kind of accent just to make it kind of interesting and something easy to grab when you're holding your phone. I'm going to show you 8 different ways you can decorate these cases, and actually since there's 2 cases you're going to get 2 different looks. You're actually going to get 18 different cases. 16, I can't do math. They're really fun and you can jump on almost any trend you want. So let's get started and make some fun cell phone cases. I hope you like this project, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already, subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any more creative and rosy ideas on this channel. So let's make some fun cell phone cases. For a complete list of all the supplies I'm using today, be sure to check out my blog post this week. It'll have everything you need and where you can find them. So as I mentioned, I started with 2 base clear cell phone cases. Before we glue any accents down in the back, I did quickly draw out a template and just traced around my cell phone, including the hole where the camera goes, and cut out just a piece of cardstock to serve as my template for all these projects. This is optional, but I wanted to add some fun details to the back of the clear case. So I looked through my craft supply for things I could use on the back of the cell phone case. And I also saw these humongous, ginormous sequins at the craft store. I walked by, and I'm drawn to sparkle anyway, but I walked by these and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're ginormous. Look at them, they're huge. I thought these were so cool, and I thought they'd just make a really striking accent on the back of a cell phone. Aren't they so cool? I love them. I also had these pretty flat jewelry beads in a tear shape. You could really use anything here, any kind of flat bead, a pretty button would look nice. Using a strong glue that works on plastic like E6000, I took the sequin and just glued it to the back of the case. It was pretty simple. I repeated the same process with the white beads and glued them down individually as well. Once your glue is dry, you can start to decorate the inside of your plastic case. This is where it gets fun. The simplest and easiest way to decorate these cell phones is with paper. I would encourage you to go to your craft store and look in the paper aisle. There's a ton of really cool textured papers out there. I found this black crocodile paper that was gorgeous. So with the paper, it's really simple. Just trace around your template, cut it out, and pop it in the back of your phone. So easy. And I also found this really pretty pearlized textured white paper. These are really pretty, really classic looks that would go with anything. Now the holographic trend is really fun, so you could go to your craft store again and look for some holographic paper. Just like with the other paper, you're going to trace around the template, cut it out, and slip it in the back of your phone. I found some really cool different kinds of holographic paper. I found this rainbow glittery sparkly one and this really cool wavy blue pattern. It reminds me of the water or ocean, or maybe a little bit like mermaids. So speaking of mermaids, we can jump on that mermaid trend very simply by just putting it in our cell phone. And for an alternative, you don't have to use paper. You can use clear plastic instead. So I am dating myself totally right now, but does anyone else remember their teachers using these transparencies to give presentations and talks at school? Anyone? Anyone? All right, so these are really really old, and they've been sitting in my craft stash for years. I've never done anything with them, but I've always thought something really cool could be done with them, and I found the perfect craft with cell phones. What's cool about using these inside the phone is that you still can see and get that transparent look with the film without actually putting paint on your case, so that you can change these out really simply and really easily, which I really think is cool. If you don't have any leftover transparencies, you still can buy these, and you certainly can find other clear film to craft with at the craft store. If you can't get your hands on these, try looking for sheet protective covers and cut those up. They might not be quite as durable as this, but it would still give you the same effect. And I saw another YouTuber using that, and I'll leave a link below if you wanted to check out that video for some more ideas on how that worked. So you'll follow the same steps with the transparencies. Just grab your template, and for this I used a dry erase marker, traced around it, cut it out, and the dry erase marker was very easy to just wipe off the plastic. And now we can decorate our plastic. So with the transparencies, we can jump on this mermaid trend and just grab some round stickers. You'll just lay down the round stickers in rows to create a scallopy mermaid scale pattern. I didn't go all the way up the plastic just so that part of the phone could peek through the top. I love the texture it gives. It looks like fish scales or mermaid scales. It's just so pretty. For another, a little bit more involved look, grab some blue sequins. So I saw this pack of aqua blue sequins and I immediately thought, mermaid! So this time I used decoupage. This takes a lot of patience and time, but I started with the larger sequins and glued down a couple rows of those across to create kind of a fish scale scalloped look, and then rows of medium-sized sequins. And finally, at the top, I put in smaller sequins. Once things are starting to dry, trim around the edges and remove any overhanging sequins. And I applied an additional coat of Mod Podge over top to protect and seal down the sequins. This process was a little messy. It took a lot of patience and time, but I love the end result. I love the texture that the scales create. Maybe you're not into the mermaid look, but instead you're leaning more towards that pastel rainbow unicorn inspired look. I love that look too. And we can paint rainbows on those transparencies to get that look. I took some watered down acrylic craft paint in pastel rainbow colors. I had a drinking straw handy, and then I just drizzled lines of paint over the plastic. And every few lines I took the straw and blew across the paint to create kind of a marbly look. I love the organic look this gives to the stripes. And because I wasn't sure how durable this acrylic paint would be on the plastic, I did seal it down using a clear spray after it dried. I love how the rainbow pattern looks on my phone, but honestly, putting a piece of white pearlized paper behind it really made the colors pop. If you watched my last video, you may have seen me do a little bit of marbling. I love marbled patterns, so I couldn't resist doing it on my phone too. Marbling with water and nail polish is a very easy project. I do have a few tips and tricks, and I've learned a few lessons along the way when I have marbled projects in the past like this. You may remember my ornaments that I made this past season. That took a little bit of time to get that right, and you can watch that video to learn more. But the key really is to use barely lukewarm water, very, very slowly drizzle paint over top, and using a sharp object like a straw, and just very gently pull across the nail polish to create a marbled pattern. And take your transparent film and lay it gently right on top of the nail polish. Let the transparent film sit on the water, and then take your toothpick or sharp instrument and just clean up all the excess nail polish that's around it. Pull it up, let it dry, slip it in your phone, and you've got a really pretty, trendy, marbly pattern for your phone. So I hope this video inspires you to go out and create your own cell phone case using clear cases this summer. You can get so creative with these. Go for any trend you want. I love the ones that I shared with you. This one is by far my favorite this week. But the good news is tomorrow I can pick another favorite, because I probably will, because that's what I do. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon, my rosy buds. It is so sparkly. They'll see me a mile away. Aren't they so cool? I love these things.